climate change, we could see deaths at over 3 times that, 73 deaths per 100,000, and rising as time goes on. The death toll only captures part of the problem. We'll have economic damage that will lead to huge instability in large parts of the world. So the idea that we need to be ready in advance is common to both of these challenges. And we have a wake-up call on both of these. For greenhouse gas emission, we really need to get the numbers down and eventually not have that warming continue. The world has a lot to do here. We emit about 51 billion tons of greenhouse gases, CO2 equivalent, a year. And that's the number that you have to drive to zero to stop the constant increase in the temperature and other very damaging weather effects. How do we get to zero? Well, there's some similarities here with COVID-19. Just changing our behavior will only take us a limited distance. We have to have advances in science and innovation to solve the problem. And with COVID, wearing a mask and doing social distancing, that's made a big deal in reducing the spread and therefore reducing the sickness and death. But those won't drive the disease down to zero. To do that, we need a system with diagnostics at scale, good treatments, and most importantly, a vaccine that reduces transmission. The same thing is true with climate change. The change in behavior, like driving less or flying less, is helpful, but nowhere near sufficient. 2020 is a great example of this. We've cut down carbon emissions with these drastic changes in the economy. But the reduction in emissions is actually quite modest. When COVID-19 hit, air travel effectively stopped. Car travel last April was half of what it was the year before. And even so, the International Energy Agency estimates that the global emissions only drop about 8% this year. That's 47 billion tons of carbon instead of 51. We don't want the global recession that we're experiencing right now. And even so, that reduction